Okay, I thought I'd show how the repair was done with this Trane TUY furnace. Now I'm going to refer back to a video I did on diagnosis of a problem with this furnace and what the diagnosis turned out to be. So the board was failed. It was showing a solid light, so it was failed. And this is the kit that you get to fix this problem. Now, kits always kind of bother me. When they come up with a kit for a furnace for repair, I'm a little bit antsy because they're usually grossly expensive. And they're really not real interested in selling those kits, so they charge like heck for them. This kit, my cost was $400. I put the kit in because for me, it was a reasonable expenditure. I'm not sure it'd be reasonable for the homeowner. But this is what the kit contains. Now, I've already put it in, so I'm not going to show you all the parts. I'll show them to you installed. It comes with a new board, and it comes with a few wires and silly things like that, and diagrams, and a ridiculously short install sheet, which was almost totally useless. I'm going to show you how this was, what's inside the furnace now that I've replaced that board. One thing I forgot to mention while I'm thinking about it, it did come with a new silicon nitride igniter, which I think is actually better than the silicon carbide, although the silicon carbide had never failed. Here we're removing the original hot surface igniter. This one's silicon carbide. It's going to be replaced with a silicon nitride. I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, here's a look at the old silicon carbide igniter. Nothing wrong with it, but it's being replaced by the silicon nitride. Right here comes in a kit. This is an upgrade, but this is what this is going to have. You don't get a new flame rod or anything like that, but you do get the new igniter. Okay, there's your new igniter, and it's put on the bracket. I'm going to put it inside the furnace. Okay, here we have an adapter that goes to the wires coming in and adapts to the new igniter. So it looks like you're pretty well done there. At this point, I'm ready to go ahead and pull the old control out. Mostly I just unplug it and take the whole assembly out because what it's held on with and everything is that's all being replaced. Now here's the new board installed. It came with a door switch, which is a little idiotic, but whatever. It had a door switch there before. I don't know why they replaced it. And it come mounted on its own sheet metal box and a transformer. Transformer was, I don't know why they replaced the transformer. It's dumb, but because there's already a transformer on it, no problem. You might notice I haven't mounted the condensate drain yet. I will be mounting it. It's not going to dangle there forever. Now, if you're getting the idea that I'm not real happy with this kit, you're really right. Sloppy, really sloppy. Notice the wire nuts I've got all over here? Those are not wire nuts that were originally in the furnace. In order to wire this silly thing up, I had to extend wires. I had to put all these silly wire nuts in there. This is one of the sloppiest kits I've ever seen. Trane really screwed this up. It works, it's safe, all those wonderful things, but there's a lot of problems with this kit. I think they did an extremely poor job of this and charged one heck of a lot of money for it. If this was a job that was put in by a service tech, you'd have about 2.5 hours in this, figuring a 1 hour diagnostic, if you got away with that with a diagnostic reading I got. And then you'd have about an hour and a half putting this in. It might be a little more than that. So considering markup and everything, you'd have about $1,000 into this furnace. Well, in my area, $3,000 to $4,000 will buy a new furnace installed. Is it worth it? I don't know. It was for me simply because I'm a service tech, so I can do that stuff. But and I can't increase the efficiency of the furnace by any large amount simply because this is a 92% furnace. The best I can get is 95. Well, you can get 97, I guess, but most of the furnaces are now 95. That's not a huge gain in efficiency. So I'm not real, I can't really make it better by putting a new furnace in. But I think it would be a consideration if you were doing this. Anyway, I got it fired up, I got it working, everything works fine. I'm just not real thrilled about how the kit was set up. I will give you a look at the install instructions, which is another one of my gripes. Anyway, here's the install instructions. Now, I mean, there's not much to it. It's talking about putting the new silicon nitride igniter in. There's a little bracket for it and so on. And on the back side, it really doesn't say much. It says, you know, relocate the transformer. At least the bracket to fit to the furnace is pretty good. I thought this was very short and stupid, and coupled that with the fact that I literally had to rewire the entire furnace to make this silly thing work was kind of pissed me off, really. Trane has had good products in the past, and I believe they still do, but they're definitely not without some sort of failures. So anyway, that's replacing the board on the TUY Trane furnace. Whether you do it or not, probably should be some recommendation in there on perhaps replacing the furnace. Anyway, that's it on that one.